Welcome, everybody, here to News Talk 790 WNIS. I'm Damian Hall here on this Ask the Expert show, here with you, with Dr. Adam Hogan and the crew over at Full Implant Choice in Virginia Beach. A lot of fun this hour. So everybody listening, I'm going to give you some phone numbers and websites to get in touch with to find out more about Dr. Hogan and the crew at Full Implant Choice. But Dr. Hogan, glad to have you here this hour. How are you?
I'm doing great. I was sitting here with my special guest, Victoria. We were talking about skydiving yesterday, so I apologize for the intro mix-up there. We're here, Damian, with Victoria.
Hi.
And you can see her, but everyone out there in AM 790 listener land can't see her. But we're going to be recording this, and it's going to be streaming on YouTube, Instagram, and Facebook at least, right, Evan?
Oh,
yeah. So if you want to see how beautiful Victoria is,
you should.
Wow, so you guys did some skydiving. Very cool. Here in Hampton Roads?
Yeah, yesterday. Not Victoria and I together, although Victoria just made a promise that she's going to go with me next time. Is that a promise?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, we're going to do it.
Before the end of the year is old.
We'll find a time. Yeah, I went skydiving at Skydive Suffolk with three of our teammates here and also a doctor from Arkansas as well. A friend of mine that was here teaching with me this last weekend at the course.
Wow. Very cool. Pleased to meet you, and happy to have you guys here on this Ask the Expert. I'm sorry, I missed that. What did you say?
No, you're fine. Well, let me introduce Victoria.
Please.
She's been a friend of ours here 2 years and a little change.
Yeah.
And a couple months.
Yeah.
Why don't I let you tell everyone how we met?
Long storying, or am I getting to the point?
We can have a part 1, part 2, part 3 if you want.
Right.
So go ahead and say whatever your heart desires.
Oh, Lord. All right. So let's see if I can get the most concise route that got me here for the surgery on September 25th, 2003. Ultimately, shortest version of the story is I was guilted into following through with an appointment with Dr. Hogan to see if he could provide relief to my dental woes, which he could, and then there was a surgery, and now we're here.
That was the very abbreviated story.
Yeah, that's the abbreviated version of them.
Your friend, Steven?
So here's the true beauty of the radio show is that I know that there are people listening, and Steve, my tribe leader, my grand poobah Steve, listens to 790 faithfully. To include your show, Dr. Hogan. And after several years of suffering from really bad gum disease, actually, it was really the one and only blessing during COVID is that the mask wearing did mask the fact that my dental health was deteriorating in a rate and a progression that the traditional dentist I was seeing was willing to, I don't know. The path I was on was that we're going to level out the gum disease and then we'll work on getting some teeth back into your mouth. And that might have been okay, like the first tooth and the first trip to the urgent care because of the first gum infection that had to be treated with antibiotics. And, you pull that one's in the back. Okay, good. We're good to go. Tooth and nobody's going to know. All right, so
it sounds like the previous dentist plan was to do very deliberate, stepwise, but long treatment, one tooth at a time kind of thing.
In an effort to save the other teeth that God had already given me that I was obviously nearing the end of my warranty phase on. But the point of it is that each tooth that came out, I thought, all right, this is it. We're going to start some restorative care, and it wasn't it. And then another tooth came out.
You couldn't get ahead.
No, and I don't think there was a real finite plan to do so. Because if each tooth that came out, there was the next tooth to follow, I mean, where was it going to stop, Do
you recognize these?
Yeah, it's so crazy.
Yeah.
It's so crazy.
Can I show this?
Yeah, I mean, actually, I would like for you to show it because people are like, well, they weren't that bad. And yes, they were. I mean, that's how bad they were. Every day, everybody has their own battles to fight. And when you get up in the morning, sometimes that's the hardest one. And knowing that I was going to spend the rest of my day looking like that one was
the front.
For the people in radio, painting the picture with words, very, very significant tooth loss and I want to say the gum decay, maybe to where.
Yeah, absolutely.
Really
and it was gum disease.
Gum disease and decay. Gum disease and decay.
Yeah.
Right.
And I didn't spend a life of neglect on my dental health. That's not the case at all.
First of all, while you're on that point, you don't have to feel bad about this at all. At all. And nobody out there in listener land in WNIS land needs to feel bad about this because life happens.
Yeah.
And you've had some things happen in your
Ugh.
life that this kind of goes on the back burner. Did you ever wake up one day and go, how'd I get like this? And when was that?
So, all right. So I don't mind saying, like, there's these phases, you know, I laugh a lot about what God gave me, or, you know, the best version of yourself, or, you know, you're born with certain things, and I will forever be loud and clumsy. I wasn't born a ballerina, but I was born a talker, you know. But that still doesn't make everything rosy and bright, and that's where the alcoholism came in, unbeknownst to me at a young age, because it didn't matter that I had perfect or good whatever, it was what I felt. And that was way before that even started happening. So 15 years ago, I stopped drinking. All right, so there you go. Check one for me for making a better version of myself.
Yeah, but I want to just pause for a second. My favorite patients, I think, have become sober patients, recently sober patients.
Yeah. Well,
because you guys have like always positive, always happy, always optimistic, and you have so much life to live.
Well, see, until on my drive up here that I really started thinking about this and being the best version of yourself. So it's always progress, never perfection.
Right.
All right. So the best version isn't it either. It's the better version, you know, the better version than you were yesterday. I think I were still drinking and or newly sober, and I had moved forward with this, it certainly wouldn't have made me stop drinking. And B, I don't know if I had my sea legs off yet in my whole life on realizing I'm working towards a better me. I had no idea why I stopped drinking, because I really had no idea why I drank so much, if that makes sense.
Yeah. No, I understand.
But I didn't have tooth loss in. See how it's chipped there? That is a drunken accident.
What, the broken
The
teeth?
front tooth, yeah.
Yeah.
No, the front top tooth.
Oh, up here?
Yeah.
What happened there?
We were leaving the bar one night, and I jumped on somebody's back. You should never do it. Fell down, hit my face on the curb. My girl Tina had her dentist fix it.
It's not our best moments, is it?
No.
Is it even our moments?
No.
Is it even you?
It's hard for me to remember that.
Right.
So then, you know, the dental, there's so many other inconsequential things. Here we go, you know. I mean, it was a traumatic situation, really. Seriously, like, I came to work when I'm like, Sissy, I live with my sister. And we work at the same place too, which is beautiful. So I'm like, this tooth just doesn't feel right. You know, my face felt hot. She had already been to work, so when I got there and she looked at me and she said, does your face hurt? And
I she see it.
And she's like, Victoria. And then, like, within a 2-hour span, everybody, Steve, the whole tribe was
Did
like,
you take up chewing or anything with like tobacco?
no, I had to leave and go to urgent care, because as the night progressed, it was swelling.
Yeah.
So they put me on antibiotics, and that was the first round of what ended up happening 4 or 5 times.
You lost these teeth down here.
Yeah.
In the bottom left corner. That's a very rapid infection. If you have like 6 to 8 hours where it goes really big, that's a severe.
No, and that
needs
was
medical intervention.
I mean, I walked into the urgent care, you know, when the doctor got me in, and so, you know, the pain pill thing scenario, and he looks at me and goes, do you need some pain medicine? And I'm like, I do now. Now I'm terrified, you know. So he gave me a shot of an antibiotic immediately. Like, it was puffing up quick. It looked like I had a golf ball. Wow. And that was the first one. And then
Were you admitted that night?
No. I mean, he gave me an antibiotic shot in the office and put me on some real strong things.
Okay.
And then that's when I made the first appointment with the dentist, who ended up starting to treat me from that phase in my life.
One tooth at a time. Yeah.
I had no idea when I had the one tooth gone what was getting ready to happen.
Right.
Or I would have stopped it long ago and been like, no, I can't let all of these fall.
Did they ever give you a projection at the other place how long it was going to take, one tooth at a time, like how many years?
They never put a number on it, because they couldn't say when the gum disease would stabilize.
Right.
So really it was a matter of, well, when all of your teeth fall out, and then rebuild, and they explained the process, and it was going to be years.
So how did Steve, she calls him the Grand Poobah,
it's a tribe. Everybody finds their tribe.
Everybody where you were.
So I'm just going to say it. I mean, it's my tribe. It's the whaling company, and it's my home, you know, like it has been for the best and the worst years of my life, for over 20 years. And So you don't go through something. First of all, we all made it through COVID together as a team, and we returned back as a team, and nobody knew what to do next, much less next month, next year, and we've done it together. So me losing my teeth wasn't any secret. It's nothing you hide from the people you love.
Right.
Plus, I talk all the time.
Right.
But you allow yourself to accept.
Which is a blessing.
And we weren't wearing masks anymore.
Right.
The mask was a blessing for a while, because at least you didn't see how messed up my teeth were getting. Yeah. Steve listens to 790. So the terminology regarding dental health, regarding implants, so on and so forth, I didn't have a real understanding, and he certainly didn't either. However, I had said, and that dentist had told me I was not a candidate because of the bone loss.
Right.
He had already told me that I was not a candidate.
You were told that you cannot have dental implants because you don't have enough bone.
Right. And that's important because your show says yes, you can.
Do you know what this is?
That's my bones, right?
That's your bones and your X-ray.
Because your show says yes, you can. And Steve's like, well, Victoria, this dentist I listen to on because he's a faithful WNIS listener, this guy says he can do it. And I'm thinking, well, that's a crackpot, because this guy says I'm not a candidate, even if because my bone loss is so severe.
Yeah.
So then, that was before all of the rest of those teeth came out,
So what I've held up, by the way, I just realized your X-ray, this is from the day of your surgery, and it's temporary teeth. This is not, for the dentists out there, they're going to watch this. This is temporary teeth the day of your surgery. And what we have is 3 implants in the front. We have zygomatic cheek implants, and we have 6 implants in the bottom. And your previous dentist said you couldn't have any implants.
Correct, because I had such bone loss that implants weren't an option.
You got 11 implants.
So I was working towards losing all the rest of my teeth naturally, only to have, I don't know the terminology, only to have a partial denture. I don't know, what would it have been called? It was not going to be implants. It was.
You would have had a denture or a partial denture probably.
But that was only after everything leveled out. Yeah. So what was I going to do in the meantime,
And well, let's Damien, if we're good on commercials, you might have to text me on my phone if you need me to take a break. Okay, buddy?
No, we're good for another few minutes. We'll go all the way to the bottom of the hour here. Then we'll talk on the next half of the hour. And for everybody listening on air, we're here with Dr. Adam Hogan from Full Implant Choice in Virginia Beach. Call him. Have a success story of your own to share. Call 757-629-59. That's 629-4259 or online at fullimplantchoice.com. Fullimplantchoice.com. Very cool. And Dr. Hogan here this hour with his guest Victoria, and a great connection between WNIS and a success story from a WNIS listener. And again, like you said just shortly ago, another person told that they didn't have enough bone to have dental implants, and finding out that that's not true.
Thanks, Damien. Sorry, I didn't mean to forget that. We were on I'm just listening to Victoria.
No, you're good.
She's so compelling and so positive. While we were on the break, I got a picture from my wife of my son, Brecken, getting the bats.
Awesome.
That's what I'm showing everybody who can see live.
That's cool.
On Full Implant Choice and all of our social media. So we were talking about Steve. Steve listens to WNIS.
Oh,
he sees you going through all this stuff.
And he said, well, Victoria, he wouldn't have a show and say all those things and I'm like, okay, whatever, because this dentist says.
Yeah.
So finally, he's our fearless leader. And to say we've lived life together as our weird little tribe, please do it for me. Well, then that's that guilt thing. You've got to do it for God, because he doesn't ask much in return.
But he's guilting you for your own best interest.
No, trust me, I know that.
Right.
However, he doesn't know what he's talking about. But the point of it is I made an appointment, fine. The only reason I got sober was to shut people up. You see what I mean? The only reason I kept this appointment was to shut people up. So I could say, look, he can't do it.
Yeah.
I was fully prepared. I canceled the first appointment.
Oh, you didn't think we would be able to do it?
I figured it was a waste of my time, her time, his time. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I canceled it. And then I rescheduled.
Right.
Could have gotten away with not coming at all, and Steve had forgotten about it. Same thing with my drinking. So I was only going to be sober for 30 days, and then they'll forget.
Right.
But then something changed.
Something good.
Yeah, and so the same thing, whatever you want to call it, obligation or what, I kept the second appointment. Mm-hmm. And then so y'all do these imaging things, and I'm like, still in my brain, I'm thinking, I don't know. I mean, because everything else, no.
Yeah.
including the other dentist, and no, and no.
You've been told no for so long. Why should you believe somebody who says yes?
Yeah. And did I even deserve such solution? Do you see what I mean?
Yeah.
Because
Am I worth it? Right. I think we all ask that question.
So, and it was a lot of soul searching too, because it's not like you said, it's not like I came here and found out, yes, you can do it. And then I said, oh, okay, let me give you my debit. It's the soul searching began with realizing I do deserve it. And if I work really hard and I deserve to have my nice Toyota Camry that I get from Gloucester Toyota, and work for that, I certainly deserve. It isn't even a luxury for me anymore. It was a necessity. My nutrition was gone. My self-esteem was.
Yeah.
You
need it. But you deserve, in my mind, you deserve to have your self-esteem, and right?
Absolutely.
I think everybody does.
Absolutely.
If nothing else, is that like one of the most basic core fundamentals of yourself?
Well, you hoped it to be. But so that goes back to, like, I started drinking so early and had no idea why. And I don't know if there was a magic wand or a magic pill that I could give to somebody who was just in those dark places. You hear all those things that are so cliche, love yourself and all of that, and I knew it to be true, but for some reason it never clicked. So I could have walked in somewhere with my doppelganger,
right,
but felt less than.
Right.
It didn't matter what it was. It could have been the shoes. It just didn't matter. So that's why the timing, I guess, in all of things, if that would have happened to me when I was still drinking and didn't love myself, that wouldn't have made any difference. I would have just had a really drunken smile and all of those horrendous nights I didn't remember,
Let's, I'm going to go back to something you said, but can we just show people, like, where you are now?
Yeah. So he was taking pictures of me earlier, and I don't even have, a good go-to big smile, because I spent my entire life with a goofy smile.
You're getting a good smile, though. Yeah. 2 years, it's a little over 2 years since we did this, right? When your day, take me back to how, does your attitude change in the morning when you first look in the mirror now versus 3 years ago? Do you think?
10,000%. That's an easy yes. Yeah. If you go back to when the teeth were missing, I mean, there was, and I couldn't find this picture, but I brought it to you on one of my appointments last year to show you. I had some close friends that got married. It had to. So if I got the surgery in September, and I think their wedding was in July, right? Mm-hmm. And it's this huge flock of people that I say are my flock, because we all know each other from my bar. And it's like, I'm a connector, and they love me and I love them. And it's this beautiful relationship that I would have otherwise not known. So I'm at this wedding. It's so cool, because I rarely have weekends off or whatever.
I hate to do this. Real quick break. For our radio listeners, everybody else stay listening. WNIS AM 790. We'll be right back right here on this Ask the Expert show with Dr. Adam Hogan from Full Implant Choice in Virginia Beach. We'll be right back.
So anyway, I'm enjoying myself, this wedding. It's cool, this time off, and I'm gussied up in this, really cool wedding attire, but still lacking my bottom teeth at this point.
Right.
Because this is July. I had your surgery in September.
Right. So it's beforehand.
So I was really in that phase of lipstick on a pig, but it's still a pig, right? I put lipstick on, but so it was all fine, still joyful. Then they invited me back behind the bar to make shots for the guests that was left, because that's my thread with them.
Yeah.
So it was pretty cool. It was pretty special. You had to improvise on what the bar had left by that time, but it was important to them. Mm-hmm. So obviously the wedding photographer had some great shots of it. And when Ben and Darianne sent out their thank you notes, it was so cool to get my thank you note. What they did that was also really cool is they included a couple of snapshots that you were involved in. Uh-huh. And the one, it makes me shudder, and I couldn't put my hands on it. The one of me making those shots, my mouth was open, and you could see I had no bottom teeth. And it wasn't even like it was I'm smiling shot. It was an act.
A caption, like a captive shot from the wrong angle.
Yeah, and the people who love you anyway.
Right.
It probably didn't occur to them. But when I saw that, I was so deflated. I'm like, what the hell? You just can't. You can't, like.
I'm sorry to see you going through that.
Oh, it was terrible. Yeah. And then, the concert that I went to, trying to smile, with the guy in the band, with the total. I had lost so much weight. I've never been happy.
What were you trying to do? You're trying to make the best smile. What are you trying
All right, now this is in 2013. So that's my proof that I never had a great smile.
Oh, this picture.
Now, when we
Zach
went to
Braff,
see them again,
Yeah.
and 10 years later, and anyway, able to see this guy, John Driscoll Hopkins, who is suffering severe effects from ALS. And so, like, they're symbolic. We followed them for 12 years now, and they're so symbolic of the other part of my becoming better than who I was before, you know?
Right.
Right.
Yeah.
So I started loving myself post sobriety, but I still couldn't perfect this selfie face. Do you know what I mean? Because it's still the goofy face, and then the teeth started falling out. But that was my picture where with him that night. This was before they went on stage. We had VIP in Atlantic City. I gave him, yeah, absolutely. I gave him the canvas. You want me to get Clay and Coy to sign it? I'm like, duh.
Yeah.
And then so obviously they're going to take a picture of me, and I thought, oh shit, I don't have any teeth.
Oh no.
But look, I mean, it's like.
So you're kind of like, you do the half smile.
Like I had to make sure my bottom lip was up because I was so excited. You know?
You know, we hear this all the time that people have to go through this, like those instant moments that people want to capture.
That's my sister and I at the same show. Look at that. You can tell.
You're not trying to show your smile.
Because I have virtually no bottom teeth at that point.
It's like a half-hearted smile. You guys, everybody out there watching and listening knows. Everybody does this. They're like, they go to smile and they're like, you know, I see it in relatives every day.
Yeah.
You know, they're like, you're at the wedding, you're at Christmas. People are like,
goofy faces that did involve smiling like that. My sister had no idea I was kind of mimicking her aloofness, but that's a great picture for me because
you were doing this on purpose.
Yeah.
I just thought girls do this to be cute.
I mean, I'm always trying to be cute.
Yeah,
my sister and I, you know, it's like one, all right. So,
yeah, half smile.
And I'm thinking, please don't let that show.
But see, when you smile like this, because you're very pretty, but you don't get a chance to realize the entire beauty of your face because your cheeks don't rise, your eyes don't rise.
Oh, no, I trust
me. We're going to come back here.
All right, guys, we're coming.
Therapeutic.
All right, glad to have you back here on News Talk 790 WNIS, here with Dr. Adam Hogan from Full Implant Choice in Virginia Beach. FullImplantChoice.com. Go to the website, and I'll give you the phone number before the end of the show. But we're here this hour with Dr. Adam Hogan, who is a special guest, Victoria, who's not only a WNIS listener, but a successful patient who has a great story to add to it as well. See the whole story in its long-form version at eventually at FullImplantChoice.com, I'm sure. But Dr. Hogan, as we continue with the discussion, hate to interrupt in this, but where were we last?
Yeah, no worries, Damien. And so everybody, to clarify, we're going to have this posted, this live interview, discussion, friendship discussion, whatever you want to call it. This live Ask the Expert will be at Full Implant Choice on YouTube, Facebook, and Instagram. So you'll be able to see Victoria's beautiful smile there and hear her inspiring story. And for those just joining us, the other day, Victoria was in the office maybe about 2 weeks ago, and I was like, I got my radio show today, and Victoria was like, I'd love to be on it one day. And I'm like, I don't know why I didn't ask you before.
So the funny thing is you mentioned it one time about a year or so ago, and I was like, oh, that's cool. You might not have even realized you mentioned it. So then there's weather-related events what was it the other week that was coming through? Another tropical storm or something? Yeah. So that same time last year, which would have been my 1 year follow-up, something else came through. The point of it is I thought, I'm going to mention it back to you.
Okay.
I love watching your stuff. I mean, that's what also, too, like his entire staff. So some parts of it do seem kind of like, oh, you got to be lying. Like all of this has got to be fake. Like slave labor, you make them do these videos and look like they're having fun. And clearly,
I have a whip. I have whip.
Obviously, in 6 months, y'all are going to stop being nice. And, then the year, and I'm like, all right, I'm definitely not going to be a cool kid anymore, And so whatever, when I came back.
Talking about, you thought for a second, and I get it. I'm not, in the back of your mind, you thought, when you came in, it was all a show, and then maybe in a year you would be insignificant, kind of? Is that?
Well, no. When I first came in and everybody was so nice, starting with Amy, I'm like, oh, yeah, that's a good show. So that's first time consultation, and then you start interacting, and you're all right. So another thing that's cool here about you, Dr. Hogan, and I've mentioned that your office is as conducive to comfort any normal person would want it to be. There's nothing about your office that made me feel uncomfortable, and it's open. So there's no sort of, you feel like people are whispering about you, or you feel like you don't belong here, or you're at the wrong house or something,
Yeah.
Like everything about this office is comfortable. It's can't fake it is all I'm saying. Like, so now 2 years removed, every person that I deal with, every single one of them are kind to me, to each other. Nestor, I love him.
Damien, I try to say this every single night on the radio. I don't think I could say it any better than Victoria just said it.
It's true, though, and
Yeah.
I think that's important. All right, here's the deal, too. People are going to have an opinion regardless. And so telling you I wanted to do this, I trust and believe I know it opens myself up for whatever people are going to think. They're going to think it anyway.
Of course.
I fielded questions for 2 years, whether they were direct or indirect questions about the procedure I had, and I wasn't able to explain it because it is so misunderstood. Not understood, not that it's misunderstood. I would think most people in my life that I talk to aren't even aware of the procedure itself. So the word implant, and everybody is looking at single. So I didn't even know how to explain it, and I still...
I think dentists don't know how to explain it sometimes. It's really very difficult.
So what I end up, and then so when I post that picture of you and I from my 2-year follow-up last week or whatever, I mean, I'm telling you, people started messaging me. I mean, I know a lot of because I've never met a stranger. Never met a stranger. And
I love that about you, though.
I do too. I do too. That part of me was slipping away the more teeth I lost.
Yeah.
Because who wants to talk? You know what I mean? I was scared I was going to spit a tooth out at that point. I mean,
No, I mean,
about that. It's like if I seriously entertain guests at my restaurant and encourage them to buy my food and buy my alcohol and come and spend time at my beautiful restaurant.
Right.
And I don't have the teeth. I mean, it's like so deflating.
And you know that in the back of your mind, and with every interaction, every transaction, and I don't just mean financial transaction, I mean people transaction of just talking.
Yeah.
With every transaction between two humans, you're holding back just a little bit, right? Maybe a lot sometimes.
Oh, yeah.
And that is, in many ways, a barrier to a proper, complete, open, meaningful social relationship,
Absolutely.
right? They don't know who Victoria is.
No.
Because you're not letting it out.
Absolutely.
Right?
People who do know Victoria and have known me for years. I mean, the people. So at the end of the day, wherever you are and you're happy with yourself, and the people that love you are going to love you regardless. So
Right.
I'm not saying I felt unloved
Right.
or any of that, but I certainly got to the point where I was not being fair to myself. And I just turned 50, and I don't ever mind telling people my age, but I didn't expect to.
Well, we're young.
Hey.
We're young.
People are like, it's dark in here, talking about my bar. I'm like, ma'am, you look 25, and so do I. We all look 25 at my bar, so come visit me. I'm for McGlow Circle. I was too young to not have teeth.
Right.
I was too young.
We're all too young to not have teeth.
I was too young to have God's teeth replaced with something that I had to take out every night.
Mm-hmm.
Too young to feel like this isn't worth it. The pain it doesn't, because I have since my dental surgery, other people have shared their horror stories with me. And I have never really met anyone I know that went a traditional dental route with dentures ever looked like they were not dentures and had problems with it.
Yeah. Dentures, I mean, just on a quick segue, we're talking about dentures for people listening. Dentures can put some, white looking things back in your mouth, and they can make you look a little younger because it's better than no teeth at all. But I think at best what dentures are is just better than no teeth at all.
It's lipstick on the pig.
It's lipstick on the pig, sort of. And they make people look older than they really are.
Yeah.
Because they're taking them in and out, and the way that...
And they're
what they
not
do is
made
the
for a
gums and everything.
specific, that,
Right.
like, you
Can't
guys...
eat, can't chew.
All right, so that's all right. So the eating thing.
Yeah, let's talk.
All right. So,
Eating now or eating then?
well, lead up to then, the eating now, obviously, as I've gained about 25 pounds.
Healthy beauty.
Hey, I'm okay
Yes.
with that.
Yeah.
And I've never been overweight. And so it's, all right, so here's something too about humans. Just because weight hasn't been my struggle, that doesn't mean I don't struggle.
Right.
And that's hard to explain to people. Be like, look, a struggle is a struggle because weight isn't mine. Don't underestimate how I feel.
Yeah.
First of all, overweight trying to find a pair of pants that don't look like they're too big for you, and now you're wearing extra small jeggings. Come on. I mean, that was the only way I could wear a pair of denim that looked attractive and denim-like, you know?
That perfect fit. Getting that perfect fit's difficult.
Oh, I gave up on a perfect fit.
Yeah.
That not looking emaciated,
Yeah.
that not having to put an extra hole in the belt to make, and, you know, I've never been overweight, willing I won't ever be. And I've always kind of fluctuated back and forth. Though most people, humans, despite what I may or may not think, I'm like on a hamster wheel and on this stage, well, and I have been for 25 years, and I love all the people that surround my bar. But people notice if I've lost weight. Are you okay?
So,
do you need some food? And I'm like, you know.
So it's been a little easier to keep your nutrition at a proper level.
Oh, child, it's out of control now.
What we're saying. And more so, you mentioned something cold you couldn't eat before.
All right, so I told Dr. Hogan when I got here today, and my sister and Steve and Linda now know this is my newest discovery of joy. Eating an ice cream bar on a stick, those Good Humor bars.
I love them.
Oh my God, I never ate ice cream. I can't bite ice cream. It would hurt.
Right.
Now I'm like, can I have another one of those?
It's funny saying because I'm the one that can't eat ice cream. I got this tooth here and this tooth, and I can have like little tiny bits of ice cream at a time. Just kind of let the tongue warm it up.
Yeah.
And then swallow it. So you can just go.
Oh
all
my
in,
God,
all
it's
in.
crazy. All right, and then two other things. I've already forgotten the second one, but the first one is, you know, everybody talks about corn on the cob. You'll be able to eat corn on the cob. And I'm like, I don't care about corn on the cob, but I don't believe you.
Right.
You know, I'm like, whatever. Good thing I don't like corn on the cob.
Yeah, because I don't have to believe you on that.
Yeah, because it's nobody with fake teeth eats corn on the cob. Good. So, first of all, I've never liked corn on the cob. I've always cut it off. But my main desire was to be able to eat an Italian sub again whenever I wanted at will, because that's always been my favorite, whether it be whatever. Wawa's the most convenient in my life right now.
We'll cut one with all the oils and vinegars.
Yes.
All the lettuce. So you couldn't eat the lettuce and the onions out
I
of it?
couldn't bite through the bread.
Oh, even the bread. Okay.
The lettuce and the onions didn't bother me. It was biting.
Okay.
Towards the end, I couldn't bite anything.
Okay.
I couldn't bite.
It wouldn't like stay. It would be
Well,
all be
but
the sandwich.
I didn't. If they weren't already mobile, they were going to be the ones that finished that sandwich.
Right.
So,
Now it's not a problem.
give me that sandwich.
Italian sub, perfect dinner.
Crusty
If
white
you're
bread.
out there watching, Italian sub with ice cream,
Oh, whatever. Yeah, ice cream. Anything that's delicious like that.
chocolate and vanilla. So that's awesome to hear. I try to explain this so many nights. I can't say it as well as you can because you've lived it. You've absolutely lived it.
Yeah.
I want to take you back to your first experience here when you said they did all these scans and all this stuff and you didn't think it was real. Tell me about your first visit. What do you remember about that? You mentioned Amy. Whatever. What do you remember about that?
All right. So, Amy, remember I rescheduled my first appointment, right? So, obviously, the free consultation. All right. I thought that would consist of me mailing out my paperwork so you could send me a trip to Cancun, whatever. I'm like,
sounds too good to be true.
Well, what is really going to be free about this consultation? Except you're going to tell everybody who comes through the door, sure, you're a Cancun. You see, this is my clothes mine.
Right.
And you pay Amy a lot of money to treat me like that. So very first thought, okay, so.
She gets paid all the medium bucks, as I like to say, all the medium dollars.
You asked me my first thought.
Yeah, right.
My first thought. Now I know you probably don't pay all of your staff nearly enough. So here, paperwork, but then you have me step back and you did all of the scans. All right, then I'm thinking, all right, I don't have anyone here with me. I hope I don't have to pay for these. Oh, ha, ha, ha. But seriously.
But it was free.
You did scans, not what you had presented me so far in the first 40 minutes was building up to be a very legitimate thing. It wasn't like you took a photo of me and said, oh, yeah, we can do it. You took legitimate scans and explained everything you were doing. All of your people did. Every single person I interacted with explained exactly what you were doing, what they were doing on your behalf. Mm-hmm. And you showed me the scans, too. See, that's something, too. Like, yeah, there have been scans of my mouth in the past, but they're not mine. They're for someone else to look at and tell me, well, once you lose all the rest of your teeth, you showed me everything.
Yeah.
And I'm looking at it, and I'm like, well, and I don't know what I'm looking at. You do.
Do you remember me giving you some options or giving you some ideas of what I see coming up? Did we talk about that?
So I feel like
I try to say, I'm not trying to lead you, but I try with everyone to go, hey, this is what I do on a regular basis.
Yes.
It's an option for you, but you can also have this, or that.
Oh, yeah. So, yeah, I wouldn't. All right. So, with that being said, I'm like, well, I don't understand why everybody says da 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 da.
Right.
And then you were very thorough about explaining that to me. And then, all right. So even if you put these implants in and you remove my teeth, explain to me how that is going to be a long-term solution. And
Right.
you did. You explained to me that all of the diseased bone was going to be removed. You took it from an unreal sort of gimmick
Mm-hmm.
to know this is legitimate, because I think it's hard for some people to believe that I let that day with teeth that were made for me. I mean, and so by the time I left here, I knew I had soul searching to do when I got home, because I knew it was a real possibility.
Before the procedure.
Mhm.
Yeah. Everyone's been telling you no.
Oh, before I signed on the dotted line after my first visit with you,
Right.
I soul searched
Yeah.
tremendously, whether it was a short amount of time or a long amount of time before communication was returned, because it's such a big decision, because it's a commitment too, right? And
Right.
so I can tell you, I was still scared, like, what if I don't do something like, is that going to mess up the warranty?
Right. Right.
What if I'm the different case? What if I'm the one who's going to eat a corn nut and crack these or something?
Yeah.
Do you know
Corn
what
on
I
the
mean?
cob. Sure.
Whatever.
A lot of fear. I don't blame you for a lot of thoughts of fear of the unknown.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, we took our time to explain it to you, but it was probably still a great enigma,
Huge.
a great mystery, right? Like, how are you going to
It
do
is
this?
a giant decision, because there was no going back.
Right.
Because what teeth I did have left, that was all part of the procedure.
They're going to have to go.
And it's like, there wasn't any, it was a giant leap of faith and trusting the process in what you do and how you present it and the staff you present it. What I think that's very important too. Like some industries get a bad rep, and I'm not saying your industry is by any stretch, but Steve, and I listen to this guy on WNIS, and I'm like, well, I listen to some guy on the radio too. Do you think? Whatever, it's.
What's the source? The source is Damian Hall, WNIS.
It was still something I never factored, and that would be a possibility for me. So it's not like I went and got a second opinion, or like, because I was going by that first opinion.
But we were already the second opinion.
Right.
Believe it or not, we have a lot of people that get 4 or 5 opinions, and they're all different opinions. But I think, to speak on that for a second, doctors are doing what they have experience and training in doing. And if they don't have experience and training in doing what we do at Full Implant Choice, they're not going to suggest it, because they're thinking, believe it or not, I think 90% of the dentists, doctors out there in this country still don't know about this. And they still don't. And they might know about it, but they don't know it works because they don't see it. So they have no idea.
So like I did, one of my questions early on is, well, why does this seem so foreign to this other dentist?
Mm-hmm.
Like what? And you explain the way you explained it to me. And I don't remember your exact words, but there was a question of how long this dentist had been in practice, and he was he's a wonderful dentist, and he had been in practice for quite some time.
Right.
And you said because it's not even really an area of dentistry that was taught. When a lot of these dentists were going through dental school,
It's still barely taught. Yeah.
Or like I wonder. I mean. Is it like you become a doctor, but then you become a heart doctor, so you become a dentist? So to do what you do,
Well, when
more training or more a whole different thought process?
What we do is definitely more training than the average dentist coming out of dental school, for sure, 100%. I think 99.9% of dentists would agree with that. Yeah, doctors, I think medical doctors are the same. They graduate medical school, we graduate dental school, and then they decide something that interests them, or they get drawn in a path, and next thing you know, they're doing hearts or they're doing feet or whatever, for whatever various reasons. Dentistry is very much the same way. There's different disciplines of dentistry, and then what we do, I don't think what we do with same day full implant choice, same day immediate teeth, same day teeth on dental implants on people that are told they don't have enough bone.
That was a specific question somebody asked me.
What we're doing is not even really taught in any one discipline of dentistry completely and entirely.
Yeah.
It's something that a lot of doctors learn after they graduate their program.
So I will. All right. So day one consultation, the imaging, the choices. Not the choices. I mean, I could have gone with the Chevy or Cadillac, but either way, it was more like invest in myself or am I not worth it? Invest in myself or am I not worth it? There was nothing about what was happening currently that was going to get any better and change anything about my entire trajectory of my days,
Yeah.
So also, I think it's important to say too that having this done, all of my days that had struggles in them before still have struggles. However, I confront them
Differently.
Yeah, that's a whole different
What you're saying right now, everyone out there listening, what you're saying, am I worth it?
Yeah.
Am I worth it? Why should I do this for myself? Little old me. What would you say? First of all, it's that second part. First part, what made you decide you were worth it?
Well, because we're all worth feeling the best version of ourselves. Well, because I don't even know, except I was so rock bottom regarding my life as it was with my appearance, but I don't even mean from a vanity standpoint,
Mm-hmm.
It becomes such a bitter part of all of your days. First of all, not even counting the way you look. It's everything about your life, the way you eat, the way you don't eat. So you work on improving your credit score, right?
Mm-hmm.
So you can get a nicer car, right? I worked on improving my love of myself, and this is worth it in the scheme of what's important in my life.
Yeah.
So I'm not saying that I had a bunch of money, any extra money. I am saying became worth it of my own self-worth to explore the option and make it work. You make it work. I mean, if you go out and you buy not a Camry and you buy the 4Runner, you make it work. I mean, you have to decide what was important to you, and this was.
The reason I do this is because of people like you.
Yeah.
Because, well, everybody that we treat, I don't want to make this about me, but I was at a stage in my career where, like, through my career, I'm like, okay, I'm getting better. I'm becoming this doctor. I'm becoming this better doctor. I'm doing all these implants. I'm doing all these teeth. And then it became a point of burnout where I'm like, it's not really, these implants and teeth aren't important. What was important to me all along that kept me to go was people like you, and just seeing people like themselves. There's a million stories out there of like the individuality of why it's unique to them, and their granddaughter looks at them different, their wife looks at them different, their husband, whatever, or the job that they got, or the relationship that they got in, or everybody, no matter what the benefit was, what the details of the benefit was, at the end of the day, everyone had that commonality of, I just feel better about myself.
Yeah.
Right? I just feel better. So I forget what we were talking about before we were interrupted exactly, but I have told my therapist 5 or 10 years ago, I said, what I do is give people 1,000 hours of psychotherapy in one day.
Oh, yeah.
Is there any validity to that? Is that?
Absolutely. So whatever cliche with the bartender and, I'm everybody's psychotherapist for hours at a time, but
you probably are a good psychotherapist.
God, I'm so good.
You're listening. If you could get paid by story and resolution and not by drink or food,
it's
your wages just went.
Well, I'm telling you, like, I feel, even in the first year, I felt this way. However, I was still worried about the trial period.
Yeah.
My warranty's going to run out and this tooth is going to fall out or something.
Yeah.
I don't even mean that seriously. The very beginning, I was so worried that I was not going to follow the healing instructions properly, and that each checkup I was going to come in and I was going to be told, well, you messed this up, and there you go. That's why you can't have nice things.
That's why we can't have nice things. It's like mom and dad.
Yeah, like that's why we can't. That's why you had to. But so the healing process, I was hugely fearful and diligent. All right, so the mouth guard, you've got to wear this every night forever. And I'm like, oh, well, there you go. There's the fail. There's my breach of contract.
Wait a minute. We were giving you a free night guard.
And in order to protect my purchase, I needed to wear it every night. Because I grind my teeth.
Did I tell you about the shocks on the car? Did I say that?
No, but I want you to know I've worn it every single night.
Because you brought it in on your cleanings and we can see.
Oh, and I get an A+.
You get an A+, yeah. We want to see that it's worn because...
Oh, it's worn.
I'll explain. We give everybody a free night guard when they get done because I believe it's my duty to help you protect them.
Yeah.
And I believe that about 99% of people out there should be wearing some kind of night guard device.
Yeah.
They're good for almost everybody. Yeah. And it's like, I say it's akin... Not wearing a night guard is analogous to not having shocks on your car when you're on the road. You're just like bam, 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 all night long, bam, 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 and you create wear and tear. And what I'm proud of is that, and I don't tell people this, but when you get done, you get a free night guard. I do tell people, I don't know
about the night guard, but I got the water pick and I got the bullet thing.
I know some of we give you that too. Some of people that we see out of town you get done with your teeth, and I'll say they should be competitors, I should say. You get done with your teeth, and they go, by the way, you should buy a night guard.
Yeah.
Some of them are charging like $1,000 or $2,000, almost $1,800.
So I'll stop you for people who might have questions.
Yeah.
So I don't recall hearing at the beginning that the night guard, and maybe you just said that you don't say. However, I thought it's because of the extensive evidence that I ground my teeth. Not only did I get a night guard, I got a custom night guard that was made for my teeth.
That's what we do.
Because I have used night guard after night guard after night guard over the years because I always ground my teeth really bad.
Right.
And never, ever, ever, ever have I worn anything I've ever purchased for longer than 1 or 2 nights because it doesn't stay in.
Right.
Yours is custom made for me. Right. It's not in a position to wear the night guard. It doesn't make my nighttime sleep feel any different. And actually, when I get up in the morning and first take my night guard off, that's the least tense I feel like my head is all day long.
Yeah.
Because it's been shock absorbed.
I'm telling you, people need night guards. My wife wears a night guard. She has, I've known her since she was in her late 20s, and she had a night guard, and she'd be like, can't sleep without it. And when we first, we were in our early years, she'd like sneak in to put her night guard in, and I'd like to be out, I hear click, and I'm like, you have a night guard? It's like, no.
It's like, what are you staring at me?
And then she's like, you don't want to see me without the night guard. And I could tell, honey, I'm sorry I'm outing you, but...
I laugh about wearing my night guard to work some nights because sometimes I have to just grin and bear it, and just keep your mouth shut. No, because...
We do have people who wear their night guards during the day. I want to thank you again for helping other people gain the courage to come in here and do this.
So I mean this too. Like anybody who would ever want me to answer how I feel to them directly, I would be happy to, because look at that. How do you even...
I was just... Sorry, I was getting...
that makes me so... I haven't seen that picture for so long. I could look at any of my pictures, but look at that.
You know what? I have to commend you in your photo here, because in your before picture, you actually have your eyes wide open.
Yeah.
Okay. But that takes a heck of a lot of courage, because most people, what I see in this before photo is their cheeks, I see sadness.
Yes.
This is a once in a blue moon before picture, and then we should have blown this up for you. But, you can see how beautiful you are there, and you're on live TV.
Yeah, right.
But most people don't open their eyes like this. You usually see sad and depressed and then happy. You have a...
That's not the first day, right?
Second day. Right before we did... Well, it was before
Did Nestor take him?
Yes.
That's why.
You're happy to see Nestor.
He's great.
Yeah. Nestor, don't do such a good job on the before picture.
He's great. He's great. He makes you smile. Yeah. All right, so those are the periods where you like even less about yourself. When something does really make you happy and bring joy, but it's like, don't show it.
Right. Yeah, because you're like, you don't want to show those missing bottom teeth.
Yeah, it's right. And it would have started to the top at some point,
People make terrible judgments about in split seconds.
Trust me, I know. I have a whole soapbox speech about people and judgments, and they do, and I'm guilty of it, and all of us are as humans. But it is.
Yeah. No, for sure. The first time you saw your teeth in the mirror, the very first time you saw your teeth in the mirror, how'd you feel?
Well, here we go with this part of my life.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it wasn't like, so I didn't get the teeth to change my life, per se.
Yeah.
And I'm like, well, look out, world, here this comes, because there's no going back. And I wasn't used to it. I thought for a split second, you do wonder, am I worth a perfect smile?
Mm-hmm.
Shouldn't there be some imperfection? Am I like, is everybody else going to think it's okay? Are people going to think I'm showing off?
What does it matter what they think?
I don't know. That's the easiest question that anybody can ask. But these thoughts in my head.
Why would you think you're not worth it? Because of the past?
Yeah, it's just stinking thinking is what they call it in AA,
Yeah.
You're your own worst enemy.
You're going down that rabbit hole.
Yeah.
Dark rabbit hole of...
There was not going to be... All right, so my lifestyle... So I was bartending before I got sober. Like when I first got the job at the whaling company, I'm like, oh, God shone his light on me, because now I'm hanging out in a bar, spending all my money every night at a bar.
Yeah.
And then fast forward, and the sobriety thing happened. And then there was that moment where they were like, well, we'll keep you employed. Blah, blah. I'm like, wait a minute, don't take the bar. It didn't occur to me that I wasn't going to bartend. I love my job.
They assumed because you were sober that you weren't going to come back.
Why wouldn't? What most people wouldn't. And I wouldn't encourage any single person who's listening that if you're trying to get away from drugs or alcohol and That's your job. Maybe you should find another job. However, I managed, because it was such a part of who I am, is talking to people.
Right.
The drinking part wasn't who I was, because I was great at doing what I did. It's all a matter of acknowledging your self-worth, you know? The doppelganger part. I could have walked in with a doppelganger, but she had a perfect smile, not me.
Right.
She deserved it, not me.
Do you think that because you feel better about yourself, that you make other people's day a little brighter, a little better around you?
Yeah, absolutely. Well, that's kind of in my DNA to try and do it.
Yeah.
Really. Now, do I make it even brighter now? Yeah. I mean, because it's no deny. I mean, it's a great smile, you know, and whether you knew me before or you've just met me, I mean, but I'm a listener and I'm an energy person, and I can feel it when people, what they need, you know, and whether they want to laugh or I don't know. It's nice. And people, all right, so 25 years at the bar is 25 years of people that I've known for 25 years, whether it's one time on vacation or generations, and you become part of people's lives, whether it's their vacation or their generational things. And you end up in photos. People always want to take pictures with you, you know, like, because my sister and I mean, we provide a really good time to your whole experience at the bar. And not every day is sunshine and roses, but I can tell you, I and she have as much fun as anybody else does. So my whole shift, however hectic it might be and however in the weeds I am, I'm still communicating with everybody at the bar. Oh my God, I know what I was going to tell you earlier.
Okay, go ahead.
All right. So God-given talents, right? I wasn't born a ballerina. I've never been graceful. I've never been light-footed. I've never been quiet. Never.
These are benefits. These are for sure.
Well, if you're not loving yourself, they aren't benefits. They're like, oh God, please don't tell me to, you know, I've heard shh my whole life.
Right.
Now, so the 15 years removed from drinking, and you're working on your own self. And now this, it's like I'm the one-man show behind the bar, because as busy as I am, I'm still interacting with y'all because I'm having as much fun as y'all are.
Right.
And it's important to me that you enjoy your food. It's important to me that you enjoy your drink. And that's who I am. I'm a lover and I'm a caretaker. And so none of that changed. It's just I enjoy it all the more than I ever have before.
The whole time you're describing yourself at the bar, at the restaurant, I feel like you're describing our people around here. They love what they do. Like,
well, that's what I mean.
Yeah,
all right. So in the beginning, it's like, no, that's fake.
Yeah, right.
That's fake. Those girls hate each other.
No, to be fair, like at 8 a.m. when we all come in on Monday morning, I'm like, okay, guys, curtains up. Whatever happened this weekend, you need to bury it.
Oh, and that should be with anybody's workplace.
Yeah.
When you're on, you're on.
No,
you know?
like, well,
That's so it's what it is. However, if you enjoy the show you're participating in, then you do it, and they genuinely want to see the best outcome for people, you know?
You're what drives people in here, Nestor and Ashley and everybody.
That's what I mean. They're genuine about.
Yeah, Ambery and all these people. And the people that I know we're running long. Are you okay?
Yeah.
Okay. The people that you met with to get you on this, start you on this journey. You know, some offices call them treatment coordinators. Some people say it's like a sales team. Have they ever made you feel like they're in sales at any time?
No.
Did they forget you after you got started? Or
no, not at all. And so that was like, you know, after the first year, and I'm like, oh, well, there's that trial period that's over.
Yeah.
But when I came, you know, and so whatever, how my appointments ended up having to get rescheduled for the last 2 years.
Yeah.
You know, through weather things, seriously. When I came back the other day, last week, in like that set of LED lights with the disco balls I brought you, I had picked those up at Target on clearance for real. And when I realized that they rang up for as cheap as they were, I said, I'll be right back. And I went back and bought more. Because I didn't want to bring them all up there if they weren't really that cheap. But all I thought about was you, because every time I was back there, coming back, and you have your string lights with the clips on it that all your employees' Polaroids on, and I loved it every time. Yeah. Loved it.
You know that those lights that you brought me are back there right now. Yeah, right.
I mean, all I could think about was you bringing it in. I mean, like, whatever. I don't even know how many clips are on it.
When you came in the door tonight, about 15 minutes before the show started, Bria was on the phone with Amy from Texas.
Yeah.
And Amy
Amy's in Texas now?
No, she's in Texas now.
Okay.
Yeah, she moved she still works for us. But she's, you know, life circumstances, family brought her back home, but she was like, can I still work for you? And we were like, absolutely. You're doing a great job. So she was in Texas. She was on the phone. She was like, oh my God, is that Victoria?
Yeah.
Remember?
Yeah. I mean, Here's the
2
other thing
years.
too that was important about your staff. I never felt judged. What might end up being my ability or inability to figure out how I was going to make this work for my life.
Right.
Because it would be foolish to say anybody could willy-nilly walk in here and feel like, oh, it's just another day, and this is what I'm going to do in my financial world. I mean, it was a blessing the way it all worked out for me, but it's still not, it's
Right.
not lock, stock, and barrel. I'm not done, you know, and I won't be for a while, but that doesn't matter. That's not the point of it. You know, sometimes if somebody's trying to sell you something and then you're like declined on your credit or something, it's like, there you go. That's another notch, and I just didn't deserve it.
Right.
You know what I mean? There was never any tone of, well, if you don't have this and this and this, it's not going to work. So there was never that. It was, we're going to see how we can make it.
Yeah, I gotta thank you for telling me that, because, you know, as the boss, I know they're doing that. I wouldn't have people up there that were making judgments,
Yeah.
for sure.
Yeah.
And I trust that they're always doing that.
Yeah.
Like, treating people like treat people, not treating treating their pocketbook. No, you're not treating their pocketbook. You're treating them.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And making sure that they can get what they need.
Yeah. So part of that goes back to like, Lord, I could talk forever, but my mom and dad, like, it doesn't matter what. We were very blue collar. He worked all the time his entire life, which is where my sister and I got our work ethic. And he always cut grass as a supplement to his income, right? And he was a craftsman man and, you know, blah, blah, blah. If one of the good years of his life, he even could have a riding lawnmower, you know? So this and that and the other. And this story, I don't even know why I'm telling this, and because it makes me emotional, because somebody saw this occur and told me about it. All right, so let's go back to when my daddy was still working. He was a janitor, if you will, for VDOT.
Okay.
At the rust areas in New Kent. And so he had found like a suitcase of money one time, whoever the owner, and he did the right thing, you know, and like this person, I don't remember, my sister knows the details more, but this person comes back and claims they're absentmindedly lost money and didn't even offer my dad an iota of a thank you, much less here's $5 out of this 50,000. You know, I don't remember the specifics.
Right.
But he always did the right thing, and he always worked really hard, but he also, money burned a hole in his pocket, just like it does me, you know?
Yeah, stuff's hot.
You know, but craftsman, riding lawnmower, and he always worked so hard. And somebody was telling me one time he had gone, I shan't say the name of said distributor, but he had gone into somewhere that deals John Deere tractors.
Yeah.
Like, that would have been the epitome of my dad's life, to come home in this John Deere riding lawnmower. I'm not even talking about
He would have been proud to have that.
Proud wouldn't be. Yeah. Proud would have been an understatement. Okay. He would have sold any other vehicle he had and driven that John Deere everywhere. And I know a person who was apparently in that same store and told me about the transaction as they saw it. And those people, and my dad, he always looked like he didn't have a pot to piss in or a window to throw it out of. And he probably didn't, but it doesn't matter about how you work. And I was told that the people who were working in that dealership or whatever you call it that day were rude and shut him down on the way he looked and didn't even see if he could finance the John Deere. And so for like, I don't know, it's just so crazy. It's like, how do you base your level of interest in doing business with somebody based on the way what you presume they have?
We don't judge. And I tell you, because we've seen so many times people come in here in flip-flops that are 20 years old and a T-shirt that they wear 4 days a week for the last 10 years, the same T-shirt. And they figure out a way. Yeah. They figure out a way to get it done.
If it's important.
And if it's important to you, they figure out, if you need a car, you'll find a way to buy a car.
Yeah.
Right? If you need a house, you'll find a way to buy a house, right? If you need a new self-confidence.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's far surpassed vanity. I mean.
No. I don't mean like physical. I don't want to put you in that corner, anybody out there in the just vanity corner. I'm talking mental, psychological.
Oh, yeah.
Like first of all, I don't think that there's any shame in wanting to look better. That's fine. And I don't think there's any shame in admitting that. Like, we all get up every day. You do your hair, you do your makeup. There's no shame in that.
Yeah.
I think that's just self-pride and self-worth and wanting to put your best foot forward so that you can have better relationships and you can do things. But so this isn't vanity.
Yeah. So I said, all right, so through years of being a woman and, growing up with women, and you have chit chats about, well, I would do this, or I would do that, or I would do this. And I have always said, even before my dental health was poor, that I would have this done. that's where I feel like and I'm talking before it became a necessity, when it would have been totally elective, this is what I would have elected to do because everything else I'm great with.
Right.
And I was fine with what I had before, and then I started losing it. And then, so, I mean, there you go.
You know, you don't have to feel any way about that. I mean, we all have that 4-letter word, right? H, right? That,
Yeah.
You know, like it just creeps up on us, but that's
Yeah.
okay. It's how we handle it that's different.
Yeah.
I think. I mean, I'm going through the same thing. I just turned 51 the last 2 weeks ago. So I'm like 51 years young, you know, and we decided to have a baby.
I saw that. So I'm thinking,
You know?
wow, that's
And I'm
kind of
like,
cool.
People are like, you're 51. And I'm like, I know, I'm only 51. It's all a matter of how you look at it.
So, chapstick.
It's the best chapstick in the world, right?
I got it on my. I already took some of that home.
Yeah.
You also have good gear.
good swag.
You have good swag. I always feel like a glutton when I leave here because you also have a good coffee bar. And I always feel like, why are you going? Oh.
Go ahead.
So I always bring Listerine with me on my way down here. And I'm not a Listerine girl, but if I'm coming to the dentist, and I left my Listerine at home today.
That's okay. We have it in the bathroom. So you can use it when you get here. You've been talking a lot about us. And I appreciate that's right here. So full implant choice, you know, in case I don't say it again. I want to talk about you for a second, what I saw in you as we kind of maybe wrap this up. Although I could talk to you all day.
Yeah, I'm just waiting out the traffic for the return trip through the tunnel.
It should be pretty good. Everybody that comes in here is an individual to me and to our team. Yeah. And it's like when you said, when you met us, you wondered if it was an act. And when it was all going to go away. I think if I could admit, I kind of had the same thing. I'm like, this girl, Victoria, always so positive, so cheery, so optimistic, never had a bad day. I know I'm gonna probably see you 6 or 8 times over 6 months.
Yeah.
When am I gonna see
the bad
side? I've never ever seen the bad side of you.
And
I've never seen the dark side of you.
There is one. But I think my baseline was positive, so even on the darkest, it's still kind of more positive for some people who don't live.
But you have a way of keeping everything in check.
Try.
We all have our demons. We all have our past. We all have our dark side. Hopefully for most of us, our dark side is a history lesson, although it always wants to creep out, doesn't it? Always, you know, and you have to, but you with your positivity. So it's such a refreshment knowing you and in my life and having you in my life.
Yeah.
This is one of the reasons that I have this clinic.
Yeah.
Is to, well, I mean, God just, that's another story, but I got put here to do this, I guess. I don't, for now.
Sometimes when I leave, I bet they think I'm a Fruit Loop.
No.
So, all right, dark side, blah, blah, blah. And I was thinking about the best version of ourselves versus the better version. So when I went into the detox hospital, right, and they put me on phenobarbital right away because that's the thing about alcoholics, you know, you don't know it'll kill you if you try and stop.
It could kill you.
So I had no idea that where I was going was such a blessing of where I needed to go because apparently day 1.5, my blood pressure was still. So phenobarbital, none of it was easy. And so I'm like, I never had the desire to kill somebody until that first night there when the woman who was in the other bed was snoring. And I was like, I've got to get up. I can't, you know. And so the lady let me sit out in the area. I didn't literally want to kill her. So I'm just like looking at magazines, you know, and I came across, it was a photocopy sheet. And it talks about how when you get up in the morning and things of that nature, but then it talks about at the end of the day, reviewing your day.
Yeah.
And going over those things that did you blah, blah, blah. So as it turns out, after detox, I started going to AA. That was my exit strategy, which I thought was a great big lie too, because really my exit strategy was pick me up and in 30 days I'm going back to normal. Y'all will forget that I was so messed up.
Yeah.
Anyway, AA, literature, big book, and so I'm going through it and I'm like, oh my God, this is the photocopy sheet I read in the hospital back then. So like the whole 12 steps, and I'm like, there you is. It's a design for living. So you can apply it anywhere. Take alcohol out. Take it completely out of the equation. All right. I know every day, based on when I finish my work shift, if I've been the better version of myself. And if you're your own harshest critic, and I can have the most beautiful smile in the world, but that's still, my smile doesn't make up every component of myself. So what you see in the happiness, I know when I feel the opposite way and I hate it, but you know, you get in it and you're like in this stew of, you know.
Yeah.
And I'll get home and it's like the remorse from that is terrible. So I still have all of that better version of myself, but it's like it's progress, never perfection.
Right.
And so when I get down here, part of my joy is that I've made it alive. Secondly, it's because I want to, it's like I'm so apprehensive, but I get like good report card.
Yeah, we got like now 6 or 8 in a row. We're on our way.
Every
Doctors
time.
should say you're on your way.
So I know the front girls, you know, they don't have, I'm a talker. So this last appointment, I was so excited because it was so fun to see you, because I didn't get to see you the last couple because of having to change appointments, by the way. None of that was you or neglect or anything. Nestor, I'm telling you, it's just when you make eye contact with him and his whole Puerto Rican accent and his whole love of the Red Hot Chili Peppers, whole like
he's like a Puerto Rican Frank Sinatra.
really a dental
but cooler.
person.
You know
what
Hot
I
Chili
mean?
Peppers, right,
Like,
yeah,
it's like, and he was so, the eye contact, and I'm like, oh, they do remember me.
Yeah.
They do. It wasn't fake. It was all legitimate all the way through.
We do.
So,
we do.
I mean, it was pretty cool.
Yeah, even when I walked in your room, I didn't know who was in there. And I mean, I'm like, oh my God. It was like late in the morning. I think I was tired. I was like, I have one more person before I go to lunch. I was like, oh my God, Victoria. I missed lunch. We talked for like 45 minutes. You know, I was like, oh my God, this is great.
And then, all right, so when my hygiene appointment is done, I'm so relieved to know that, I mean, because why wouldn't you put all of the care plus more on something that you want to take care of, you know? So I get a glowing report each time I'm there.
I'm just so happy.
Yeah.
Because you proved it to yourself that you could do it.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. They're long term. Everything, what you see is what you get. Everything you promised came forth. What my Facebook post that day said is you guys, your entire staff, not just you, the whole staff gave me something that's immeasurable. You can't put a number on it. And as cliche and salesman-like as it sounds, there isn't. The main thing I could tell somebody who would be thinking about it, that would be equal to who I am in the human race, is you need to put some soul searching in it, because any other option that I could have explored and done would have never been this result. Never. I would have either had to take them out, you know, never.
Denture, it would have been dentures, or you go through it for 2 or 3 years. And I don't think you ever get to, you know, even in 2 years of dentistry.
And the things that were promised about
this. Look at you.
About my eating, about my lifestyle, about
This is the day you got your teeth.
I know that as normal. Yeah. It's normal to me now. Yeah. They're normal. They are what God gave me.
I want to know, as we kind of
wind up.
What would you say to anybody who has been thinking about their teeth, the way to make them feel, wondering if something can be done?
Come to the consultation, hands down.
What would you say to get over that fear?
I would say they need to do it and come see you do it. And then, all right, so that sounds so cliche. I am glad that I followed through because Steve really wanted me. So what I would say is if it has brought you to a point in your life where even on your best day, it's still one of your worst days. Mm-hmm. So even on the brightest of sunny, happy days, if it's still at the end of the day something that makes it one of your worst days, and you deserved it. I'm glad I came. Because, I mean, I don't know. I don't even know how to say it except do it. Come, get over the fear of you're not worth it. Get over the fear that it's not a time issue. It's real.
Can I get you to do one last line?
Yeah.
All right, you can say no.
Yeah.
Can you look at the camera and say, I'm Victoria, and this is my full Implant Choice story?
Oh, yeah. So, hey, I'm Victoria, and this is the long version of my full Implant Choice story.
I love you.
Oh, yeah. Thanks for having me. I'm glad.
Well, you know, this aside, I'm thankful that you're in my life, and I'm thankful that you came and chose us. Thank you for this.
So, my sister and I, we followed them for 12 years now, right? Uh-huh. And they're reaching levels, and they announced their residency at the Sphere.
Oh, no kidding.
Right? So they dropped dates in December, and my sister and I are not going anywhere in December, even if our financial lives afforded us. It's Christmas at the Whaling Company.
Oh, yeah.
However, then they dropped 2 more dates.
Are you going?
Well,
when is it?
My sister and I's friends gifted us tickets.